Greg Cherry and I have been friends for 13 years.
We got to do things together. We learned, the foundation and what we do as a team as opposed to individually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, he's saying that because I taught his son math.
And what grade was my son when you taught him math?
He was in the 5th grade.
Wow. And how old is my son now? 21?
21?
So how was it that you and I still able to be in contact after that many years?
I came to know Mr. Cherry about over a decade ago.
Barnard. I think Barnard came into my life about 2 years ago.
Barnard Cherry is the most long-winded person in the world. Let me say that.
Very driven, very positive. Great guy, Made a man.
My name is Anastasia Bolden, better known as Anastasia Bolden.
I've known Gregory Barnard Cherry for about 11 years now.
Mr. Cherry.
We love him. That's what we think.
I just have to, like Mr. Cherry told us on stage, when you walk on stage and even off stage, that's how great actors become who they are today, because they take their work with them.
And just how he is overall, I would say, as a person. I even mentioned to him, I said, you really should be a mentor. You should be a life coach because you're just like awesome. You're wonderful. You bring stuff out of people that they're just like, I wasn't expecting to have this kind of conversation with you. It was just like, hey. And then we're like all up into life stuff, and it's like, oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Cherry.
I've been knowing Mr. Cherry over 10 years. I don't want to give the exact time frame, because that would definitely show my age.
Oh man, I love that guy to death. Oh man, where you want me to start?
We met at an event that I had organized, and I heard of him through a mutual friend that he would probably be good for the project that I was working on. And so I called and invited him over, and it has just been a friendship. His consistency and his message remained the same. His consistency and how he put it out there was the same. I was considering him and, talking about Mr. Cherry. There are 3 points that came to mind. He's a positive impact on the youth, and he has a heart for the community at large. And then the 3rd thing was his creative mind, that even as he's grown, he was never bound by where he was standing, and that's what impressed me. Whenever he met someone, he was always seeking how could he make a difference in their lives, or how can I push you forward, even if it was their project or something that he knew his project could connect with and it would be bigger. His message has never changed. A lot of times you meet people and this year they're working on this, next year they're working on that. But he has been across the board a person that desires to see young men be empowered. And as a single mother, that's something that I can say is a gift. It's a gift. I raised 2 wonderful sons basically on my own, and I don't say that to my glory, but there have been people that I've reached out in their lives that I would want a man like Mr. Cherry to have been there for them. So when I think about him, I think about the message, I think about his purpose. I think that he would be an effective tool that anyone could use in their life as a life coach.
Breath of fresh air. To see someone who walked with such stature and posture and very focused.
The person that I was before was, I think, starting with my origin. My origin was I was the only girl. I have 2 brothers, and My family, you know, the woman is pretty much is taught not to really have much of a voice, and so I didn't have a voice. I was told what I like, what I should do, and had very loving parents. And I think that with my upbringing and their upbringing, this kind of chain effect where you try to have a voice, but you're not having it for so long, and then when you do have a voice, somebody asks you a specific question, you don't even know how to answer it. So just on the journey that I've been on with Barnard, he's definitely taught me to have a voice, and that's something that I cherish, because with a voice, you know, without a voice, you're not able to know who you are and not able to think on your own and to be heard, you know. So I definitely am appreciative of that.
Okay.
Even in times where I've had to call on you and I needed to call on you, you were there. And I can recall at least 2 incidents now, one before performing and one time when I was in a financial situation. And both times you were there to inspire me, to give me words. A lot of times people don't need you to literally physically pick them up or to physically give them things. A lot of times it's to know that this person cares, this person is caring, and this person is sending the ways of love. So everything that you do, I see you move in the same finesse. Barnard moves with the same love, the same momentum of reaching out to the community and establishing a legacy that we all can take a part in. I think that's awesome.
I think that he's a very honest guy. I think that he's inspiring. And just in the amount of time that I've known him, he's definitely inspired me and gave me a different outlook on men, period. You know, I think he's a very strong male figure, and that's very needed very strongly in this community. And so I was very blessed to meet him and met him in life coaching class, and we hit it off real good. And like I said, I'm very glad that we have crossed paths, and can't wait to, you know, the future, work with him and things like that. But he's a very awesome guy.
For me, Barnard is like an older brother that won't let me quit. He makes sure that I stay focused. You know, if he asks me to do something, he might give me a date, but he's gonna come back and say, "Have you done that?" So that helps me stay accountable. He helps me to be on point with what the things I need to do. And when he thinks that I need to talk, he's like, "Do you need to talk?" You know, and just having someone just come in your life and take that point, take that vocal point in your life, that I'm that brother, I'm that, you know, overseer, I'm that protector. That's wonderful to me, because it's just me and my girls. You know, I'm the matriarch in the family. Everything falls on me. But to know that I have someone that I can talk to, that's just a blessing to me. So him, I think he's my personal life coach. You know, he hadn't told me I had to pay him or anything, but he's my personal life coach, and I could be his life coach. And I just think it's just a blessing to have met someone like him.
And just tell me anything that you want the people that are looking to know. Just tell anything you want them to know.
I would like to say something about you, if that's okay.
Sure.
If that's okay, okay. I was actually reading, I saw a book on leadership today, and I said I knew I had to do this session, so I was trying to find something that actually could express,
Again, you're still on somebody else other than yourself, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, I found this quote that John Quincy Adams said, and it actually made me think about Mr. Cherry. It stated that when your actions inspire others to dream more, to learn more, to do more, and become more, then you are a leader. So to you, I would say that you are definitely a leader in my life.
Thank you.
You know, I may have played the teacher role when he stepped into my classroom, but he is definitely a leader. Mr. Cherry, to me, he actually sees what I don't see many of the time. Honestly, you do. Sometimes I don't see all the things that you say about me, but.
And you mentioned something about how he deals with his own children. So you must have saw me when I slapped on him upside the head and mashed his head against the window. Is that the part you're talking about?
No. I saw him the beautiful part, how he takes his time, and I mean, I saw he filmed one of his son's plays at his school. I just thought that was awesome, and he had a team of people there that were helpful too and helping. And it was like, wow. I mean, you don't see many people, especially in our culture, that will take that kind of a time and that kind of a prowess about things, like to go above and beyond and make a big deal out of it. You know, everybody's just like, okay, we're going to get 5 or 10 family members and we're going to have our cell phones and we're going to video and we're going to scream and shout. But I mean, it was just the quiet approach to it, but it was so impactful in a large way. I just thought that was beautiful, and just, I mean, every day, I mean, day in and day out things, you just don't see dads, especially black dads, doing that with their children. You don't see that these days at all.
We actually met at a photo shoot, out of all things. And anybody that knows, once you meet Mr. Cherry, he does not meet a stranger, and his spirit is infectious, and he's with you for a lifetime. I think even that day, I felt like we had known each other for longer than I could remember. He is the most humble, giving. He's a servant. He's obedient. He has your back. He's been my mentor, my motivator, one of my biggest fans. He's a huge supporter. He brings a spirit of positivity and change to every person that he meets. Whether that change be in your career, in your personal life, in your relationships, he's always going to make you think. So because he always makes me think. It makes my head hurt sometimes, but it's a good thing. So those things combined for me is Mr. Cherry.
But no, let me tell you, like, he's super dope because he has great ideas, and he sees things in people that they probably don't see in themselves, and he is great with coming up with a great team. Can I put this back on?
Sure.
Coming up with a great team, because right after I'm going to rehearse, and so I got to make sure. He's good with coming up with a great team because he sees people, and then it's just all positive vibes and positive energy, and that's great when you have positive vibes and positive energy, and people are with one accord, and you have you have kindred spirits and like minds and things like that. No one's trying to be the bigger person. Everyone is trying to make sure they build something and create something that can continue throughout, the years. And so I love him because he's not about self, and you can tell he's the most selfless person, period. So, and his heart is great and it's genuine. So, he's getting everybody together, and that's great, and I got his back.
When you communicate with this man, the ego is way. Matter of fact, I think his ego is in a whole nother state. It's a sense of humbleness when working with him, and it's gratitude that you don't feel amongst black men. I hate to say that. Generally, when you meet another guy, I got to show you how hard I can firmly shake your hand. Whereas when I met this man, I felt nothing but this. When we conversed, even when we had differences of opinion, it was still this. It was, hey, I respect what you say, you respect what I say, let's move forward. I'm trying to figure out why we don't have a building named after him. That's my question to you, Mr. Cameraman. Why come we don't have a building named after Barnard? Why come we don't have a Barnard Youth Program teaching younger brothers and sisters that it's okay. You don't have to be hard 24/7. I'm hard when I need to be, but when I'm at home, when I'm around my mom, when I'm around my queen, I'm not Mr. Hard all that. And even when I'm out amongst the people, I'm not walking around, hey, I'm Ray, and I can whoop everybody. No. It'd be great if Mr. Barnard could teach a class on humbleness and humility, because he possessed every aspect of it. I literally think this man does not have a bad day. Like I can see him with a smile on his face. It's raining outside. His car done stopped. His cell phone is at 13%, and I think he'll find a smile somewhere in that situation. So my question is, yes, where is our class of community taught by Mr. Barnard?
What I like about Mr. Cherry is he's just always going. He never stops. He has a drive that is out of this world. And he has a pure heart, and he really makes sure that whatever he does, it is a reflection of him. He does it with excellence, and he just wants the world to be a better place. And that's why anytime that he asks for me to assist him in a project, I'm open for it, because I know it's coming from a place of purity and a positive place, and he just wants the world to be a better place. All I need now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that we have, so little of. What the world needs now, touch your neighbor, is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that we have, so little of. That's why I love Donna Ross, a woman with class, dignity, and purpose. You did not go in. Did you catch the Holy Ghost? You didn't get it.